Introduction to mindfulness practice. Mindfulness practice involves intentionally bringing one's attention to the present moment without judgment, observing thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations as they arise. This ancient practice, rooted in Buddhist traditions, has gained significant traction in modern Western psychology and healthcare. It is not about emptying the mind or achieving a state of bliss, but rather about developing a non-reactive awareness of one's internal and external experiences. The goal is to cultivate a deeper understanding of oneself and the world, leading to greater clarity and peace. Regular practice can transform how individuals relate to stress, emotions, and daily challenges. It encourages a shift from automatic reactions to conscious responses, fostering a more intentional way of living. The Diploma in Mindfulness Practice provides a structured approach to learning and applying these techniques. It covers both theoretical underpinnings and practical exercises, ensuring a holistic understanding of the subject. Participants will learn how to develop a personal mindfulness practice and explore ways to share these skills with others. This course emphasizes experiential learning, encouraging consistent engagement with the practices. It is designed for anyone seeking to deepen their self-awareness, reduce stress, and enhance overall well-being. The curriculum builds progressively, guiding learners from foundational concepts to more advanced applications of mindfulness. Historical roots of mindfulness. Mindfulness has deep historical roots, primarily tracing back to ancient Buddhist traditions, particularly the practice of vipassana, meaning insight or clear seeing. Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, taught mindfulness as a path to liberation from suffering over 2,500 years ago in ancient India. The teachings emphasized direct experience and observation of the mind and body rather than adherence to dogma. Over centuries, these practices spread across Asia, evolving into various forms within different Buddhist schools. The core principles, however, remained consistent, cultivating awareness, non-judgment, and compassion. These traditions provided a rich framework for understanding the human mind and its potential for transformation. In the 20th century, mindfulness began to be introduced to the Western world, initially through spiritual teachers, and later through scientific and psychological research. Jon Kabat-Zinn played a pivotal role in secularizing mindfulness, developing the mindfulness-based stress reduction (MBSR) program in the late 1970s at the University of Massachusetts Medical Center. He removed the religious context, focusing on the universal aspects of mindfulness as a tool for stress reduction and well-being. This adaptation made mindfulness accessible to a broader audience, paving the way for its integration into mainstream healthcare, education, and corporate settings. The modern understanding of mindfulness, while secularized, still draws heavily from its ancient wisdom traditions. Core principles of mindfulness. The core principles of mindfulness are fundamental to its practice and understanding. One primary principle is non-judgment, which involves observing thoughts and feelings without labeling them as good or bad, right or wrong. This allows for a more objective and accepting relationship with one's inner experience. Another crucial principle is present moment awareness, focusing attention solely on what is happening right now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. This helps to anchor the mind and reduce mental wandering. Acceptance is also key, meaning acknowledging and allowing experiences to be as they are, without trying to change or resist them. This doesn't imply resignation, but rather a realistic engagement with reality. Patience is another vital principle, recognizing that growth and insight unfold in their own time, without force or expectation. Beginner's mind encourages approaching every moment with curiosity and openness, as if seeing it for the first time, free from preconceived notions. Trust involves developing confidence in one's own intuition and inner wisdom, as well as in the process of mindfulness itself. Non-striving emphasizes letting go of the need to achieve a particular outcome or state, simply being present with whatever arises. Finally, letting go teaches the importance of releasing attachments to thoughts, emotions, and sensations, allowing them to pass without clinging. These principles collectively form the foundation for a deep and transformative mindfulness practice. Benefits of mindfulness. Engaging in regular mindfulness practice offers a wide array of scientifically supported benefits for both mental and physical health. One of the most well-documented advantages is significant stress reduction. By cultivating present moment awareness, individuals can observe stresses without being overwhelmed by them, leading to a calmer physiological response. Mindfulness also enhances emotional regulation, helping practitioners to respond to difficult emotions with greater balance and less reactivity. This improved emotional control contributes to a more stable mood and reduced instances of anxiety and depression. The practice fosters a sense of inner peace and resilience, enabling individuals to navigate life's challenges more effectively. Beyond emotional well-being, mindfulness can boost cognitive functions such as attention, focus, and memory. By training the mind to stay in the present, it improves concentration and reduces mind wandering, which can enhance productivity and learning. Physical health benefits include improved sleep quality, reduced chronic pain, and a strengthened immune system, as mindfulness helps to mitigate the physiological effects of stress. Furthermore, mindfulness cultivates self-compassion and empathy, leading to healthier relationships and a greater sense of connection with others. These multifaceted benefits underscore why mindfulness has become a valuable tool for holistic well-being in contemporary society. Mindfulness and stress reduction. Mindfulness is a highly effective approach for stress reduction, primarily by altering one's relationship with stressful thoughts and sensations. Instead of automatically reacting to stressors with fight, flight, or freeze responses, mindfulness teaches individuals to observe these reactions with a sense of detached awareness. This practice creates a crucial space between the stimulus and the response, allowing for a more deliberate and less reactive choice. By noticing the physical sensations of stress, such as a racing heart or tense muscles, without judgment, practitioners can prevent the escalation of the stress response. This non-judgmental observation helps to diffuse the power of stressful thoughts and feelings, preventing them from spiraling out of control. It fosters a sense of calm even amidst challenging circumstances. Regular mindfulness meditation strengthens neural pathways associated with emotional regulation and executive function, leading to a more resilient response to stress. Techniques like mindful breathing help to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation and reducing physiological arousal. The practice also enhances interoception, which is the awareness of internal bodily states, allowing individuals to recognize early signs of stress and intervene proactively. Over time, this consistent engagement with mindfulness cultivates a deeper sense of inner calm and stability, making individuals less susceptible to the adverse effects of chronic stress. It empowers them to respond to life's pressures with greater equanimity and clarity. Mindfulness and emotional regulation. Mindfulness significantly enhances emotional regulation by fostering a greater awareness of emotions as they arise, without immediate reaction or suppression. Instead of being swept away by intense feelings, practitioners learn to observe emotions as transient mental events, much like clouds passing in the sky. This creates a psychological distance, allowing for a more measured and intentional response, rather than an impulsive one. By practicing non-judgment, individuals can accept their emotions, even unpleasant ones, without self-criticism or attempts to push them away. This acceptance reduces the secondary suffering often caused by resisting or fighting against one's feelings, leading to a more compassionate relationship with oneself. It helps to break cycles of rumination and emotional reactivity. Through mindfulness, individuals develop the capacity to name their emotions, which can reduce their intensity and provide a sense of control. This cognitive labeling helps to engage the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for rational thought and decision-making, thereby dampening the amygdala's automatic emotional responses. Regular practice also builds emotional resilience, enabling individuals to recover more quickly from distressing experiences. By cultivating self-compassion, mindfulness encourages a gentle and understanding approach to one's emotional landscape, transforming difficult emotions into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. This leads to a more balanced and stable emotional life, improving overall mental well-being and interpersonal interactions. Mindfulness and cognitive function. Mindfulness practice has a profound impact on various aspects of cognitive function, particularly the attention and focus. By consistently training the mind to return to the present moment, individuals strengthen their capacity for sustained attention, reducing mind-wandering and distractions. This improved attentional control translates into enhanced concentration in daily tasks, whether at work, in studies, or during personal activities. Mindfulness also cultivates selective attention, allowing practitioners to filter out irrelevant stimuli and focus on what is most important. This heightened awareness of where one's attention is directed empowers individuals to be more present and engaged in their experiences, leading to greater clarity and effectiveness. It helps to sharpen the mind and improve mental agility. Beyond attention, mindfulness has been shown to enhance working memory, which is crucial for processing and retaining information in the short term. The practice encourages a more organized and less cluttered mental space, making it easier to access and manipulate information. Furthermore, mindfulness can improve cognitive flexibility, enabling individuals to shift perspectives and adapt to new situations more readily. It fosters creativity and problem-solving skills by promoting a more open and less rigid way of thinking. By reducing mental chatter and rumination, mindfulness frees up cognitive resources, allowing the brain to function more efficiently. These cognitive benefits contribute significantly to academic success, professional performance, and overall mental sharpness. The role of attention in mindfulness. Attention is the cornerstone of mindfulness practice, serving as the primary tool for cultivating present-moment awareness. Mindfulness involves intentionally directing and sustaining attention to specific anchors, such as the breath, bodily sensations, or sounds. This deliberate act of focusing attention helps to stabilize the mind and prevent it from wandering into past regrets or future anxieties. When the mind inevitably drifts, the practice is not to criticize oneself, but gently to redirect attention back to the chosen anchor. This repeated process of noticing distraction and returning to the present moment is the fundamental training of attention in mindfulness. It builds mental muscle, strengthening the ability to stay focused and engaged. There are different facets of attention that mindfulness cultivates. Sustained attention refers to the ability to maintain focus over time, which is enhanced through prolonged meditation practices. Selective attention involves the capacity to choose what to focus on and filter out distractions, a skill refined by consciously directing awareness. Divided attention, though less emphasized in formal mindfulness, can also be indirectly improved as overall attentional control strengthens. Furthermore, mindfulness fosters an open, non-judgmental awareness that allows for a broader, more receptive attention to all experiences without getting caught up in any single one. This comprehensive training of attention is what makes mindfulness such a powerful tool for cognitive and emotional well-being. Mindful breathing techniques. Mindful breathing is one of the most fundamental and accessible mindfulness practices, serving as an anchor to the present moment. It involves intentionally bringing awareness to the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves the body, without attempting to control or change it. This practice helps to calm the nervous system, reduce mental chatter, and cultivate a sense of groundedness. By focusing on the natural rhythm of inhalation and exhalation, practitioners can observe the subtle changes in the body, such as the rise and fall of the abdomen or the feeling of air passing through the nostrils. When the mind wanders, the gentle instruction is simply to notice the distraction and return attention to the breath, without judgment. This repetitive act strengthens the attention muscle and fosters a deeper connection to one's internal experience. Various mindful breathing techniques can be explored, each offering a slightly different focus. The counting breaths technique involves counting each exhalation up to a certain number, then starting over, which aids concentration. Diaphragmatic breathing, or belly breathing, emphasizes deep, slow breaths that engage the diaphragm, promoting relaxation. Breath awareness simply involves observing the breath without any specific manipulation, allowing its natural flow. Regardless of the specific technique, the core principle remains the same: using the breath as a continuous, ever-present anchor to bring awareness back to the here and now. Regular practice of mindful breathing can significantly reduce stress, improve emotional regulation, and enhance overall well-being, making it a cornerstone of any mindfulness journey. Regular practice of the body scan can significantly enhance interoception, which is the ability to perceive internal bodily sensations. This heightened awareness can be particularly beneficial for individuals experiencing chronic pain, as it helps to differentiate between the sensation itself and the mental stories or judgments attached to it. The body scan also promotes deep relaxation, often leading to improved sleep quality. It teaches individuals to recognize and respond to early signs of stress or discomfort in their bodies, fostering a more proactive approach to self-care. By cultivating a compassionate and curious attitude towards one's physical self, the body scan meditation serves as a powerful tool for stress reduction, pain management, and overall physical and mental well-being. Mindful walking practice. Mindful walking is a practice that brings conscious awareness to the act of walking, transforming a mundane activity into an opportunity for mindfulness. Instead of rushing or being lost in thought, practitioners focus on the sensations of walking, the feeling of the feet touching the ground, the movement of the legs, the swing of the arms, and the rhythm of the breath. Each step becomes an anchor to the present moment, grounding the mind and body. This practice can be done anywhere, indoors or outdoors, slowly or at a regular pace, as long as attention is intentionally directed to the physical experience of movement. It helps to break the habit of autopilot, where the mind is often elsewhere while the body performs actions mechanically. By engaging in mindful walking, individuals can cultivate a deeper connection to their physical body and the environment. Noticing the subtle shifts in balance, the texture of the ground beneath the feet, or the feeling of air on the skin enhances sensory awareness. When the mind wanders, the practice involves gently bringing attention back to the sensations of walking, without judgment. This continuous redirection strengthens attentional control and fosters a sense of presence. Mindful walking is an excellent way to integrate mindfulness into daily life, offering a portable practice that can be utilized during commutes, errands, or simply moving from one place to another. It promotes both physical activity and mental calm, contributing to overall well-being. Mindful eating practice. Mindful eating is a practice that involves bringing full, non-judgmental attention to the experience of eating. It encourages individuals to slow down, savor each bite, and become fully aware of the sensory qualities of food, its appearance, aroma, texture, and taste. This practice also involves paying attention to internal cues of hunger and fullness, distinguishing between physical and emotional hunger. By engaging all senses and observing the body's responses, mindful eating transforms a typically rushed and unconscious activity into a rich, nourishing experience. It helps to break habits of overeating, emotional eating, or eating distractedly, fostering a healthier relationship with food. The goal is not to diet, but to cultivate a deeper appreciation for sustenance and one's body. To practice mindful eating, one might begin by observing the food on the plate, noticing its colors and shapes. Then, taking a moment to smell the food, appreciating its aroma before taking the first bite. Chewing slowly and deliberately, paying attention to the texture and flavors as they unfold in the mouth is crucial. Noticing the sensation of swallowing and the aftertaste also forms part of the practice. Throughout the meal, checking in with hunger and fullness cues helps to guide consumption. This intentional approach to eating can lead to greater satisfaction, improved digestion, and a more balanced intake of food. It cultivates gratitude for food and a deeper connection to the body's needs, promoting overall well-being and a healthier lifestyle. Cultivating self-compassion. Self-compassion is a vital component of mindfulness practice, involving treating oneself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, especially during times of suffering or perceived failure. It comprises three core elements: self-kindness versus self-judgment, common humanity versus isolation, and mindfulness versus over-identification. Self-kindness means being warm and understanding towards ourselves when we suffer, fail, or feel inadequate. Rather than ignoring our pain or flagellating ourselves with self-criticism, common humanity recognizes that suffering and imperfection are part of the shared human experience, reducing feelings of isolation and shame. Mindfulness, in this context, means being aware of our suffering without being overwhelmed by it, holding our pain in conscious awareness. Cultivating self-compassion can significantly reduce anxiety, depression, and stress, while increasing happiness and resilience. It allows individuals to acknowledge their pain and imperfections without getting caught in a cycle of self-blame. Practical ways to develop self-compassion include practicing self-compassion breaks, where one acknowledges suffering, connects to common humanity, and offers oneself kindness. Writing a self-compassionate letter or engaging in compassionate body language, such as placing a hand over the heart, can also be powerful. By extending the same kindness and understanding to ourselves that we would offer a dear friend, we build an inner resource of strength and emotional well-being, transforming our relationship with ourselves and fostering a more resilient inner life. Overcoming obstacles in practice. Mindfulness practice, while beneficial, often comes with its own set of challenges and obstacles that practitioners must learn to navigate. Common obstacles include mind wandering, where the mind constantly drifts away from the present moment, and restlessness, characterized by a strong urge to move or change position. Drowsiness or sleepiness can also arise, especially during longer meditations, making it difficult to maintain alert awareness. Self-judgment and criticism are frequent companions, as individuals may feel they are doing it wrong or not achieving the desired state. External distractions like noise or discomfort can also disrupt practice. Recognizing these obstacles as normal parts of the process, rather than failures, is the first step towards overcoming them. Strategies for overcoming these obstacles involve cultivating patience, persistence, and a gentle attitude. When mind wandering occurs, gently redirecting attention back to the anchor without judgment is key. For restlessness, exploring the sensation itself with curiosity or making a gentle, intentional movement can be helpful. If drowsiness arises, opening the eyes slightly, adjusting posture, or focusing on a more stimulating anchor like sound can re-energize attention. Addressing self-judgment requires practicing self-compassion, reminding oneself that these experiences are universal. Integrating short, frequent practices throughout the day can also build consistency. Viewing obstacles as opportunities for deeper learning and applying these strategies with kindness allows for continued growth and a more resilient practice. Integrating mindfulness into daily life. Integrating mindfulness into daily life extends beyond formal meditation sessions, transforming everyday activities into opportunities for present moment awareness. This involves consciously bringing attention to routine tasks such as washing dishes, brushing teeth, or walking to work. By engaging all senses and observing the sensations, thoughts, and feelings that arise during these activities, individuals can cultivate a continuous state of mindfulness. This practice helps to break free from autopilot mode, where actions are performed mechanically while the mind is elsewhere. It infuses ordinary moments with richness and presence, making life feel more vibrant and engaged. The goal is to weave mindfulness seamlessly into the fabric of one's day, rather than confining it to specific times or places. Practical strategies for integrating mindfulness include setting intentional reminders to check in with the breath throughout the day, perhaps during transitions between tasks or before answering the phone. Practicing mindful pauses, even for a few seconds, can help to recenter attention and reduce reactivity. Engaging in single tasking, focusing entirely on one activity at a time without multitasking, also fosters deeper presence. Mindful communication involves listening fully and speaking consciously, paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues. By consistently applying these informal practices, individuals can cultivate a more mindful way of living, reducing stress, enhancing appreciation, and improving overall well-being. This continuous integration transforms the quality of daily experience. Mindfulness in relationships. Mindfulness plays a transformative role in enhancing the quality of interpersonal relationships by fostering greater presence, empathy, and skillful communication. When engaging with others mindfully, individuals bring their full attention to the interaction, truly listening without judgment or preoccupation with their own responses. This deep listening allows for a more profound understanding of the other person's perspective and feelings, strengthening connection and rapport. By observing one's own internal reactions during conversations, such as defensiveness or impatience, practitioners can choose to respond with greater awareness and compassion rather than habitual reactivity. This conscious approach helps to de-escalate conflicts and build trust, creating a more supportive and harmonious relational dynamic. Practicing mindfulness in relationships also involves cultivating empathy and compassion for others, recognizing their shared humanity and inherent struggles. It encourages a non-judgmental stance towards others' imperfections, just as one practices self-compassion. Mindful communication involves speaking with intention, clarity, and kindness, being aware of the impact of one's words. During disagreements, mindfulness helps individuals to stay grounded, observe their emotions, and communicate their needs respectfully, rather than resorting to blame or aggression. By bringing present moment awareness to interactions, individuals can foster deeper intimacy, resolve conflicts more constructively, and experience greater joy and connection in all their relationships, from family and friends to colleagues. Mindfulness at work. Mindfulness at work offers significant benefits for productivity, focus, and overall well-being in professional settings. By bringing present moment awareness to tasks, individuals can reduce distractions, enhance concentration, and improve the quality of their work. Mindful attention helps to break down complex projects into manageable steps, reducing feelings of overwhelm and procrastination. It allows for a more deliberate and less reactive approach to challenges, fostering creative problem-solving and better decision-making. Practicing mindfulness during routine tasks, such as answering emails or attending meetings, can transform them from sources of stress into opportunities for focused engagement. This intentional approach helps to manage the constant demands of the modern workplace. Integrating mindfulness into the workday also contributes to reduced stress and burnout. Mindful pauses, even for a minute or two, can help to reset the mind and alleviate mental fatigue. Mindful communication in team interactions fosters clearer understanding, reduces misunderstandings, and builds stronger professional relationships. By observing one's own emotional responses to workplace pressures, individuals can respond with greater equanimity and less reactivity. This leads to improved emotional regulation and a more resilient mindset. Ultimately, mindfulness at work cultivates a more engaged, productive, and harmonious professional environment, benefiting both individuals and organizations by promoting greater clarity, creativity, and well-being amidst daily demands. Formal versus informal practice. Mindfulness practice can be broadly categorized into two main types: formal and informal. Formal practice refers to dedicated meditation sessions where individuals set aside specific time to engage in structured mindfulness exercises. Examples include sitting meditation, body scan meditation, or walking meditation, typically performed in a quiet environment for a set duration. These sessions are crucial for developing foundational skills such as sustained attention, non-judgmental awareness, and emotional regulation. They provide a focused training ground for the mind, allowing practitioners to deepen their understanding as internal experiences without the distractions of daily life. Formal practice builds the mental muscle necessary for effective mindfulness. Informal practice, on the other hand, involves bringing mindfulness to everyday activities and moments throughout the day. This could be mindfully drinking a cup of tea, consciously listening during a conversation, or paying attention to the sensations of showering. The goal of informal practice is to integrate present moment awareness into the fabric of daily life, extending mindfulness beyond the meditation cushion. While formal practice builds the capacity for mindfulness, informal practice applies it in real-world contexts, making it a living, breathing part of one's existence. Both formal and informal practices are complementary and essential for a comprehensive mindfulness journey, with formal practice providing the training and informal practice offering continuous application and reinforcement. Advanced mindfulness techniques. Once foundational mindfulness skills are established, practitioners can explore advanced techniques that deepen their practice and insights. One such technique is open awareness or choiceless awareness, where attention is not directed to a specific anchor, but rather remains open and receptive to whatever arises in the field of experience, without preference or judgment. This allows for a broader, more expansive awareness of thoughts, feelings, sensations, and external stimuli as they come and go. Another advanced practice involves investigating the nature of self, exploring the impermanence and interconnectedness of all phenomena. This inquiry can lead to profound insights into the illusory nature of a fixed self and the interconnectedness of existence, fostering a deeper sense of liberation. Metta, loving-kindness, meditation is often considered an advanced practice that cultivates unconditional, positive regard for oneself and others. It involves systematically extending wishes of well-being, safety, and happiness to oneself, loved ones, neutral persons, difficult persons, and all beings. This practice actively cultivates positive emotional states, transforming the heart and mind. Advanced practitioners may also engage in longer retreats, where sustained periods of silent meditation allow for deeper immersion and insight. These techniques build upon the basic principles of mindfulness, offering pathways to profound inner transformation, greater wisdom, and a more compassionate engagement with the world. They require consistent dedication and a willingness to explore the deeper dimensions of consciousness. The science behind mindfulness. The growing interest in mindfulness has been significantly fueled by a robust body of scientific research exploring its effects on the brain and body. Neuroscientific studies utilizing techniques like fMRI and EEG have revealed that regular mindfulness practice leads to measurable changes in brain structure and function. For instance, it has been shown to increase gray matter density in areas associated with learning, memory, emotion regulation, and self-awareness, such as the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. Conversely, it can reduce the size and activity of the amygdala, the brain's fear center, leading to decreased reactivity to stress. These findings provide a biological basis to the observed psychological benefits of mindfulness, moving it beyond anecdotal evidence. Beyond brain changes, research indicates that mindfulness impacts various physiological systems. It has been linked to reductions in cortisol, the primary stress hormone, and improvements in immune system function. Studies also show positive effects on cardiovascular health, including lower blood pressure. At a psychological level, mindfulness has been proven effective in reducing symptoms of anxiety, depression, and chronic pain, often as effective as traditional therapies. The science behind mindfulness continues to evolve, with ongoing research exploring its applications in diverse fields, from education to sports performance. This scientific validation underscores mindfulness as a legitimate and powerful tool for enhancing human well-being and cognitive performance, bridging ancient wisdom with modern understanding. Mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR. Mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, is an intensive, 8-week evidence-based program developed by John Kabat-Zinn in the late 1970s. It was designed to teach participants how to use mindfulness to cope with stress, pain, and illness. The program typically involves weekly group sessions, daily home practice of formal meditations, such as body scan, sitting meditation, and mindful movement, and a full-day silent retreat. MBSR is highly experiential, guiding participants through various mindfulness exercises to cultivate present moment awareness and non-judgmental acceptance. It emphasizes learning to relate differently to challenging experiences, rather than trying to eliminate them, fostering resilience and inner peace. The curriculum is structured and progressive, building skills over the 8 weeks. MBSR has been extensively researched and proven effective for a wide range of conditions, including chronic pain, anxiety disorders, depression, and various stress-related physical illnesses. Participants learn practical tools to manage stress, improve emotional regulation, and enhance overall well-being. The program is secular and accessible to people from all backgrounds, regardless of their spiritual beliefs. Its success has led to the development of numerous other mindfulness-based interventions. MBSR represents a pioneering effort in bringing ancient contemplative practices into mainstream healthcare, demonstrating the profound capacity of mindfulness to transform lives by helping individuals cultivate a more adaptive and compassionate relationship with their experiences. Mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT. Mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, is an 8-week program that integrates elements of mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, with principles from cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. It was specifically developed to help individuals prone to recurrent depression prevent relapse. MBCT teaches participants to become more aware of their thoughts and feelings, particularly those associated with depressive patterns, without getting caught up in them. The program helps individuals recognize early warning signs of relapse and develop new ways of responding to negative thoughts and moods, rather than automatically spiraling into depression. It emphasizes that thoughts are not facts and that one can choose how to relate to them, fostering a sense of agency and control. Similar to MBSR, MBCT involves weekly group sessions and daily home practice, including formal meditations like the body scan and sitting meditation. A key component is learning to decenter from thoughts, observing them as transient mental events rather than identifying with them. This allows individuals to step back from negative thought patterns and prevent them from escalating into a full depressive episode. Research has shown MBCT to be highly effective in reducing relapse rates for individuals with recurrent depression, often comparable to antidepressant medication. It empowers participants with lifelong skills to manage their mental health, cultivating resilience and a more compassionate relationship with their inner experience, making it a valuable therapeutic intervention. Ethical considerations in mindfulness. As mindfulness becomes more widespread, it is crucial to address the ethical considerations inherent in its practice and teaching. One key aspect is the importance of competent and well-trained instructors. Teachers should have a deep personal practice, undergo rigorous training, and adhere to professional ethical guidelines to ensure they can safely and effectively guide others. Misguided or poorly delivered instruction can potentially cause harm, especially for vulnerable individuals. Another consideration is the potential for commercialization and commodification of mindfulness, where its profound essence might be diluted or misrepresented for profit. Maintaining the integrity and authenticity of the practice is vital to its long-term effectiveness and public perception. Confidentiality and appropriate boundaries are also paramount, particularly in therapeutic or group settings. Teachers must ensure a safe and supportive environment, respecting participants' privacy and emotional well-being. It is also important to acknowledge the diverse cultural and spiritual origins of mindfulness, avoiding cultural appropriation while making the practice accessible to all. Furthermore, mindfulness should not be presented as a panacea or a quick fix, but rather as a practice requiring sustained effort and commitment. Ethical mindfulness teaching emphasizes compassion, non-harming, and a deep respect for the individual's journey, ensuring that the practice remains a force for genuine well-being and positive transformation in society. Teaching mindfulness to others. Teaching mindfulness to others is a deeply rewarding yet responsible endeavor that requires both personal mastery and pedagogical skill. Effective teachers embody the principles of mindfulness in their own lives, demonstrating authenticity and compassion. They possess a thorough understanding of mindfulness theory, practices, and their scientific underpinnings. Training programs for mindfulness instructors typically involve extensive personal practice, silent retreats, and supervised teaching experience. Key teaching skills include clear communication, the ability to create a safe and inclusive learning environment, and sensitivity to the diverse needs of participants. A good teacher knows when to guide, when to offer silence, and when to adapt practices to suit the group. When teaching, it's crucial to emphasize the experiential nature of mindfulness, encouraging participants to explore their own direct experience rather than simply intellectualizing the concepts. Providing clear, concise instructions for practices, offering gentle reminders, and facilitating group discussions are essential components. Teachers must also be adept at responding to questions and challenges with wisdom and empathy, helping participants navigate common obstacles. Cultivating a non-judgmental and supportive presence allows learners to feel safe in their exploration. The ultimate goal of teaching mindfulness is to empower individuals to develop their own sustainable practice, fostering self-reliance and inner wisdom. This requires not just imparting knowledge, but inspiring a transformative journey. Sustaining a personal practice. Sustaining a personal mindfulness practice over the long term is key to reaping its full benefits and integrating it deeply into one's life. Consistency, rather than intensity, is often the most important factor. Establishing a regular routine, even if it's just for a few minutes each day, helps to build momentum and reinforce the habit. Finding a dedicated time and space for formal practice can create a sacred container for mindfulness. However, flexibility is also crucial. As life circumstances change, adapting the practice to fit different situations ensures its longevity. Viewing practice as a lifelong journey of exploration and learning, rather than a destination to be reached, fosters a more compassionate and sustainable approach. It is about showing up for oneself, day after day. Overcoming challenges to sustained practice involves cultivating self-compassion and patience, especially when motivation wanes or obstacles arise. Connecting with a community of practitioners or finding a mentor can provide invaluable support and encouragement. Regularly revisiting the foundational teachings and exploring new techniques can keep the practice fresh and engaging. Reflecting on the positive impacts mindfulness has had on one's life can also serve as a powerful motivator. Ultimately, sustaining a personal practice is an act of self-care and self-love, a commitment to nurturing one's inner well-being. It transforms mindfulness from a technique into a way of being, enriching every aspect of life with presence and awareness. Conclusion and future steps. This diploma course has provided a comprehensive exploration of mindfulness practice, from its historical roots and core principles to its scientific benefits and practical applications in daily life, relationships, and professional settings. We have covered formal and informal practices, advanced techniques, and the ethical considerations involved in teaching mindfulness. The journey through these modules has aimed to equip you with a foundational understanding and practical tools to cultivate present-moment awareness, reduce stress, enhance emotional regulation, and foster greater well-being. Mindfulness is not merely a set of techniques, but a transformative way of engaging with life, offering a path to deeper self-understanding and compassion. It is a skill that, with consistent practice, can profoundly enrich every aspect of your existence. As you conclude this diploma, the real journey of mindfulness truly begins. Future steps involve committing to a sustained personal practice, integrating mindfulness into all facets of your life, and continuing to learn and grow. Consider joining a local mindfulness community, attending retreats, or exploring advanced teacher training programs if you feel called to share these practices with others. Remember that mindfulness is a continuous process of learning, unlearning, and relearning, approached with curiosity, patience, and self-compassion. May your practice bring you increasing clarity, peace, and wisdom, allowing you to live a life filled with greater presence, purpose, and connection. The seeds of mindfulness have been planted. Now nurture them to flourish.